Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Carly Stein here, creator of Goddess Awakened, Ignite the Power Within, and I wanted to come live to talk to Victoria Roybal today. She is a Goddess Awakened alumni and had a huge transformational experience at last year's retreat, and she wanted to come online and talk about that today. Yay! So let's see, we only had 2 retreats, so she came to the second one. And Victoria, first of all, tell everyone who you are and what you do. Let's start there.
Okay, so I'm Victoria Roybal, and I am a business owner. I own Ebb and Flow Healing, which is an energy healing service specializing in crystal therapy, and I am also an intuitive coach.
Awesome. All right, and what brought you to Goddess Awakened last year?
Kendall, my friend, was raving about it. She was at the first one that you had done, and she was like, oh my goodness, it was so life-changing. It was absolutely amazing. She's like, you have to come. And I was like, okay, I'll come and I'll check it out. I'll see what this is about. And I had never been on a retreat before. It was my very first retreat.
Oh, wow. Did I know that? I'm not sure if I did.
I don't think you did know that, no.
Awesome. So, tell us a bit about what was going on before your life, or in your life before the retreat and after. Like, how did it impact you?
So I was kind of in a place in my life where, even though I owned my own business and I was like working in it, I was always like really kind of like doubting myself and almost kind of feeling like I wasn't really doing anything. No matter how much I was being told that I was actually helping people, I was like, okay, whatever, like just not really ever believing that I was doing good, which is my huge passion, is to actually be able to help people. And I really wasn't feeling like that's what I was doing. So there was just kind of, like a lack of confidence. I was kind of stuck in this perfectionism thing where it was like, oh, I have to be, absolutely perfect before I'm able to do anything and move forward. And so I was really kind of just feeling stuck, and I was kind of at a standstill in my business.
Got it. So you came to the retreat. What big shifts happened there?
So I know that this doesn't sound like a big shift, but I actually kind of changed my name after the retreat. But for me, it was actually a really, really huge shift. So I have always, since I was little, have always been called Vicky instead of Victoria. And, that when I went to the retreat, there was something that had just kind of happened that made me realize that I'm no longer Vicky. I am Victoria. And that is such a more, powerful name. There's so much that I have gone through in my life that I didn't identify with being Vicky anymore. And so after while I was at the retreat is when I switched it. But even in like my life after leaving the retreat, I started introducing myself as Victoria, and I didn't say, oh, I'm Victoria, but you can call me Vicky. I was like, I'm Victoria. And so anybody that is new to me, that's what they know me as, is Victoria. And I actually had one person about 6 months ago that was like, can I call you Vicky? And I'm like, no,
that's
Victoria.
Awesome. I didn't know about that either. That's a huge shift. You say it's not that big of a deal, but that is huge.
It is. To some, it might not sound like a huge shift.
That's me going, screw you all, I'm owning me.
Yes.
That's incredible. What other big shifts? I mean, that one's enormous, but what other big things happened for you during that weekend?
Well, kind of going with that huge shift, it made me realize that I wasn't that person that, you know, had that lack of confidence and wasn't deserving and wasn't worthy of having things and you know, being able to stand out and shine. And so you know, I was able to just really kind of be like, you know, I'm not Vicky anymore, so I could just ditch all of that and be Victoria. And you know, Victoria can stand up and be strong and shine and be confident. And so yeah, I really just kind of started making a lot of shifts with being more confident and putting myself out there more, and just really honestly being who I am and not caring what other people thought.
That's huge. Like that is the definition of awakening your inner goddess.
Right.
If I've ever, you know, if I could ever put it into words, it's owning you. It's owning that woman inside that's been hiding under you know, a name she didn't identify with, or you know, hiding in this you know, that masculine, like I'm an independent woman.
Right.
You know, because I don't feel that a woman's primal nature is an independent woman, but that's a whole nother story for another day. So let's talk about you some more. What other, you know, it's been a year now. So how, like, what else have you been able to measure in your life that has significantly changed?
So I'm definitely much more in touch with my feminine side. Yeah, I really kind of resonated with what you just said, where you were like, you know, that independent masculine kind of side. I was, you know, I was the tomboy, and you know, always very in touch with my masculine side. And when I went to your retreat and you wanted us to do some of that sexy feminine stuff, I was like, I was like, that's not me. Like, I'm not in touch with that. But I had seriously so much fun, no matter how uncomfortable I was with doing that. I just, you know, was like, okay, I'm here. You know, like I might as well do it. So I did it, and I really thought I was going to hate it. But that was, other than the puja, I don't know if I should say that or not, but other than that exercise, I absolutely loved the, you know, really being able to just be sexy and be feminine and like actually go, wow, like I have this, you know, womanly body and I should embrace it and love it. And that has definitely carried on with me even still now, where it's like I am a woman. I'm, you know, don't have to be in touch with that masculine side. Not that I don't, you know, because we all have it. So,
Right.
but you know, I was like, so I pushed that feminine side away all the time. And so now it's just like, yeah, I can really embrace that more feminine, soft side. And it kind of changed some of the way that I dressed.
Yeah.
So I was able to dress more on the feminine side instead of just the jeans and t-shirt all the time. And yeah, so yeah, it's kind of just really put me in touch with that feminine side for sure.
Have you noticed a shift in your relationship too because of that?
Yeah, there's not as much of a power struggle.
Ah.
because I'm coming from the feminine side and he gets to come from the masculine side instead of it being the two masculine sides like button heads.
Love it.
Yeah, that has definitely been nice.
Oh,
I'm saying that it doesn't still happen every once in a while.
my ears, because you know, when I started this whole thing, like I was interviewing women for this book I was writing for men, and I was just getting this huge masculine energy from everyone, and that's what I was seeing, like the future being like all these relationships failing because everyone was button heads, and that, like I said, that's music to my ears, because that is, I mean, amongst one of the many missions and goals and lovely things that come out of Goddess Awakened, that is primarily one of my goals is so there's a flow in relationship instead of the competition and the power struggle. Awesome. Is there anything else that's majorly shift that you want to share?
Off the top of my head, I think that's kind of the big things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those are huge. So if anyone is like wanting to come this year and they're not sure about it, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that it's the best investment that they could make in themselves. Um, it's definitely going to be life changing. It's not going to be something where they're just going to get a couple of good things or good information out of it. And it's not a teaching thing by any means. Like, it is actually doing some work and actually doing some healing and making some huge shifts in your life to really be able to move forward, to seriously actually move forward in any area that you might be stuck in. And you'll probably be surprised. No, I can guarantee you'll be surprised at some of the things that will come out of it. I wouldn't have thought that I'd get in touch with my feminine side off that retreat.
I mean, I remember like I had been telling everyone for a year that had come previously that we were doing the Vegas Leto Fitness. And it wasn't until we got there that y'all started giving me these dagger eyes. And I was like, I thought I prepared y'all for this.
Yeah, you told us, but
and boy, did I learn last year that the bigger the dagger eyes and the more like I feel like I'm going to get killed is the bigger transformation.
yeah, because I think that one actually transforms seriously every single one of us. Even the ones that were kind of more excited about it, even they had huge transformations. So yeah, it was awesome.
Right. And this year I'm actually pushing it up a notch. We're doing burlesque dancing this year.
Yeah.
So like, I started in this career in selling sex toys. So like sexuality and femininity are like a huge purport, things that are really important to me. So like these dances really work for that.
They do.
And we're going to be virtual, which makes it even weirder, but it's also creates a bit of a safe space for that as well. So, and for those of you who, if like burlesque dancing, if you're on the edge and burlesque dancing is like a no, trust the process. Victoria will tell you to trust me, right?
Yep.
It could be life-changing, but we've also instilled some safety nets for you, so you don't have to go all the way there if you choose it not to. So is there anything else you'd like to tell anyone before we end here?
I don't think so, other than if you're on the fence and you're, kind of going back and forth with should you go or should you not go, then just get off that fence and definitely make the commitment and go, because it's going to be worth it. And, you're not going to find a retreat at this price point, honestly, and still get this amount of transformation that you'll walk
because
away
we're
with.
Virtual, it's even lower this year.
Right,
it is. The overhead is, I mean, this is a steal.
It really is.
The overhead I normally do. So, and we're going through tough times, so I wanted to make it accessible to people. So a couple things in terms of that. We have it's basically a buy one get one half off offer, so 2 people can come. I think it's around $110 each, so it's half off one ticket. So that's available on the website, goddessawakenedevents.com. And then we also have I'm running a special till tomorrow at 6:00. If you type in the promo code I am a goddess, I'll put that in the comments here. You're going to get included in the retreat 2 complimentary two laser coaching sessions with me. You're also going to get a Goddess Awakened essential oil potion that I've created. That's pretty fun. Oh yes, and it is potent. Like I put it on and just feel like juicy all over. And then also in October, I'll be hosting a Rewiring Your Beliefs About Relationship workshop. And that's going to be included if you use the I Am a Goddess promo code by tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Victoria, thank you so much for your time today. I am so glad to hear an update. It's really fun to hear like what's happened in people's lives since the retreat. It's always fun to see the growth for sure. And I tell you, like as soon as we got out of that, she was like all over the place on the internet. And then we attended a like as we mentioned in the webinar last week and other places, like this is a sisterhood once you graduate from Goddess Awakened, so to speak. And there's another event that I mid-year that I recommended, and Victoria came. And we went through quite the transformational experience there too. The facilitator had us walk on broken glass. And Victoria was sitting right next to me, and she was like, "How are you not freaking out, Carly?" And I was like, "Oh, I am. I'm just not showing it."
I was showing it.
She was showing it loud and clear. But it's interesting being a facilitator next to people you've been facilitating with. Like you take on a whole nother energy. Like the ability to show how scared you are kind of goes away because you're like, well, but that was transformational in itself as well.
Right.
So, yeah. So like, I'm always like, if there's something I say you should go to, I will tell the group, go. And that's one I always recommend. So thank you those who watched today. Again, the website is listed above, www.goddessawakenedevents.com, and we look forward to seeing you in 15 days. Have a good day, everyone.